Global TV News Prime. Federal government flags off Carol Lot 2 water supply project. In business, Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria calls for urgent reforms in refineries. And on the foreign scene, Uganda agrees to take deported U.S. migrants under strict condition. In sports, Milan Leverkusen agree Boniface loan move. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Access to clean and safe water for residents of satellite towns in the Federal Capital Territory is set to improve as the federal government, in collaboration with the FCT administration, has launched the Lot 2 Carroll Township Water Supply Project. The initiative forms part of the Renewed Hope agenda designed to provide lasting infrastructure that directly impacts the lives of residents. We'll bring you the report of that story in our subsequent bulletin. President Bola Tinubu has called on Japan to support Africa's push for reforms at the United Nations Security Council, making clear that the continent deserves stronger representation in global decision-making. Speaking in Yokohama at the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, Tinubu insisted that Africa should be granted 2 permanent seats with veto powers as well as additional non-permanent seats. In line with the Ezewini consensus, the president also highlighted the importance of technology in fostering global trust and stability, warning against its misuse to fuel division. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubomi Tunji Ojo, has charged newly promoted senior officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, that is NSCDC, to uphold diligence, fairness, and integrity as they take on greater responsibilities. Represented by the Secretary of the Civil Service, Fire, Correctional and Immigration Service Board, Major General Abdulmalik Jibrin, retired. The minister gave the charge while decorating 22 Assistant Commandant General of Corps at the Dr. Ade Abularin Auditorium in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere has details.
It was a day of pride, joy, and renewed responsibility as 22 senior officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps received their long-awaited promotion to the rank of Assistant Commandant General. The colorful decoration ceremony not only marked a career milestone for the officers, but also a moment of celebration for their families who witnessed the achievement. Representing the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubomi Tunji Ojo, the Secretary of the Civil Defense, Fire, Correctional and Immigration Service Board, Major General Abdulmalik Jibrin, retired, reminded the newly promoted officers that promotion comes with accountability and urged them to bring innovation that will help address Nigeria's current security challenges.
With insecurity across the country, as already mentioned, we expect that they will bring to bear their various experiences to bear in tackling the challenges of national security.
On his part, Commandant General of NSCDC, Professor Abubakar Ahmed Audi, while congratulating the officers, urged them to show loyalty, professionalism, and dedication while mentoring their subordinates. He also commended the minister's reform, which have cleared promotion stagnation in the service.
See what happens today. That is the product of hard work, commitment, and unwavering determination. So we thank the president for this. Then to our officers that are decorated today, you've heard it from my minister. He said to whom much is given, much is expected. And it is popularly said that the higher you go, the tougher it becomes. The more promotion you get, the more challenges you face. So at this level, they have entered a very, very senior cadre of the management of the corps. And so they are expected, you've heard it from the minister, to be role models. They are expected to behave very well. And of course, they are expected to mentor.
The newly decorated officers pledged to justify their new ranks with renewed commitment to national security and service to the country. Highlight of the event was the oath of allegiance administered to the officers and the presentation of 5 million naira checks to the families of the personnel who lost their lives in the line of duty. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has commenced a review of remuneration packages for political, public, and judicial office holders across the country. Chairman of the committee, Mohammed Bello, disclosed this at a retreat organized in Kano State, as contained in a statement issued in Abuja by Miriam Yusuf, head of the Information and Public Relations Unit of the Fiscal Agency. Uthman noted that the importance of the assignment is for the growth of Nigeria's governance structure. The federal government is set to train over 10 million youths across the country in digital and technical skills. These skills include programming, AI innovation, plumbing, tiling, and other vocational trades. Ubong Usoro completes the story.
The Federal Ministry of Education, through the Nigerian Youth Employment and Skill Acquisition Fund, has partnered with the World Bank to train service providers who will, in turn, train the youth nationwide. Speaking at the signing of MOU in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, represented by Dr. Nabila Mohammed, said the program is designed to tackle unemployment by equipping young Nigerians with skills that meet global demands.
You have all been shortlisted and visited, and you must have shown some form of commitment to be here today. So congratulations once again.
The World Bank representative, Dr. Mustara Rufai, said the initiative is a bold step towards preparing youth for future work by combining digital literacy with technical skills to create new generation of innovators and problem solvers.
The bank, in its bid to see youths acquire relevant skills, relevant market skills, is investing in the TVET sector. And it's not just to train them, but to see them get certification under the National Skills Qualification Framework and also to get employment.
The National Project Coordinator of the Nigerian Youth Employment through Skill Acquisition Fund, Blessing Ugu, said the service providers were selected after a rigorous process, stating that over 10 million Nigerian youth will be trained for 6 months all over the country.
The federal government of Nigeria, in this present administration, is focusing on training our youth, equipping them with specific skills that with the skills that the students can go out and have jobs.
The program will begin with the signing of the MOU with service providers before the full-scale training commences across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Stakeholders express optimism that the scheme will bridge the skill gap, enhance job creation, and contribute significantly to economic growth. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, Ajao Adewale, has disclosed that illegal mining has evolved into a powerful cartel-controlled business funded by influential Nigerians. This illicit trade is driving banditry and costing the nation an estimated $9 billion, that is 13.7 trillion naira every year. The FCT Commissioner of Police made this known at a media brief organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Abuja. Kike Lomo Okere reports.
Speaking at the media briefing organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists FCT Council, the fight against illegal mining, role of the media in Abuja, The FCT Commissioner of Police, Ajao Adewale, described illegal mining as one of the Nigeria's most serious national security threats. He identified Zamfara, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kaduna, Niger, Kwara, Osun, and part of the FCT as major hotspots. Notably, over 72 suspects connected to illegal mining were arrested in Abuja alone between 2023 and 2024. Adewale emphasized that without strong cooperation between security agencies and the media, this criminal cartel will continue to prosper.
From illegal mining, and I'm taking what has happened between 2023 and 2025. Within these 3 years, Nigeria has lost a total of 41.1 trillion naira to illegal mining in physical cash. This is outside the human life that has been wasted.
In a remark, Grace Ike, the chairman of the NUJ FCT Council, called on journalists to move beyond basic reporting. She urged them to engage in investigative journalism that uncovers the financier behind illegal mining, gives voice to affected communities, and exerts pressure on policymakers.
We must leverage these platforms responsibly and disseminate vital information, debunk misinformation, and encourage a national conversation on sustainable mining practices, and that's exactly why we are gathered here today.
By providing balanced and accurate coverage, the media can shed light on the hidden danger, highlight the human and environmental toll, and compel authorities to take decisive action. Kike Lomo Ukeri, Global Television News.
The International Organization for Migration, that is IOM, has donated 1.7 billion naira to support humanitarian relief efforts in Yelwata and Naka community of Guma and Gwe West local government areas of Benue State. Benue State correspondent Felicity Ndere reports. We'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. Before we go on break, access to clean and safe water for residents of satellite towns in the Federal Capital Territory is set to improve as the federal government, in collaboration with the FCT administration, has launched the Lot 2 Karo Township Water Supply Project. The initiative forms part of Renewed Hope agenda designed to provide lasting infrastructure that directly impacts the lives of residents. Kabir Hassan has the rest of the story.
At the flag of ceremony, the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, says the project demonstrates President Bola Tinubu's administration commitment to delivering people-oriented infrastructure. He revealed that 50% of the project funding has already been approved, assuring residents that no project under his watch will be left incomplete.
This is one of the promises made by Mr. President when he commissioned in June, 2 months ago, of the Abuja Greater Water. He said he was going to also do this in the satellite towns. And we have started with Buhari Area Council and Amak Area Council.
Also speaking, the Minister of State for the FCT, Maria Mahmoud, commended the initiative, stressing that the project will bring relief to communities in Karo and its environs by ensuring safe and potable water supply.
This project is beyond water, but it is a symbol of progress, also a promise fulfilled and a future renewed. President Bola Tinubu, GCFR, for the Renewed Hope agenda, the leadership of His Excellency speaks louder than words. Today, the people of Karo and its environment feels the commitment, the impact of commitment of His Excellency in every home, on the street and also in the heart. We thank Mr. President for all that he has been doing and the support he has been giving to our administration under Barrister Yelson Wiki.
Representing the contractor, CGC Nigeria Limited, Lynn Herman, pledges quality and timely delivery, promising that the project will be completed ahead of schedule.
I wish to express my appreciation to our minister for his strong leadership and his concern for the people welfare. We believe under his leadership and with the joint effort of all the stakeholders, this project will be completed with high quality, with high efficiency.
When completed, the Karo Water project is expected to serve thousands of residents, enhance public health, and boost social-economic activities across satellite towns in the FCT. Kabir Hassan, Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime returns, United Nations Guterres reiterates call for immediate ceasefire over Gaza. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that break. Now let's take you to the world of business. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee has summoned 11 electricity distribution companies to explain their combined debt of 2.6 trillion naira to the Federation, as stated in the 2021 Audit General's report. The Managing Director of Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, Johnson Akinawo, confirmed that as of September 2020, Abuja Distribution Company owes 330.4 billion naira, Ikeja 310 billion naira, Ibadan 325.7 billion naira, while others including Kaduna, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Eko, and Yola also bear huge liabilities. Lawmakers have now ordered the discourse to present repayment plans amid concern over under-remittances, uncollected market debts, and report of 100 billion paid to generation firms for undelivered electricity. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola says the Lekki Deep Sea Port is projected to generate $200 billion in revenue for government over its 45 years concession. He explained that the world-class facility has already begun easing congestion in Lagos and boosting Nigeria's competitiveness as a regional logistic hub, with cargo now moving faster due to completed federal and state road links. Oyetola also noted that the port stands on 5 pillars that include strategic location, strong public-private partnership, integrated transport network, supportive policy, and technology-driven operations, making it a model for trade and shipping growth in Nigeria. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, that is PENGASEN, has called for urgent reform in the country's refineries and cautioned against political interference in the oil and gas sector. President of the association, Festus Osifo, made this known in Abuja at the ongoing 4th PENGASEN and Labour Summit 2025. He said that Nigeria's refineries should operate under a model similar to that of Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas, where the government holds minority stakes while competent private operators take majority control for efficiency. Osifo noted that while Nigeria's workforce possesses the expertise to manage refineries, the absence of proper tools and the persistence of political interference have led to inefficiency, waste, and recurring breakdowns. Now, on the foreign scene, Uganda says it has agreed a deal with the United States to take in deported migrants on condition that they don't have criminal records. In a statement, Uganda's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the two parties are still working out the details, but confirmed that the deal had been concluded. Kampala said it would also refuse unaccompanied minors and had expressed a preference for people with African nationalities. Kenya and the finance minister says Nairobi specifically wants to reprofile the $5 billion loan that Beijing on the road for the construction of the East African country's modern railway. The finance minister said if approved, the move would reduce pressure on Kenya's forex reserve as the country spends nearly $1 billion on a year-in debt service to China. Since 2022, Kenya's debt servicing costs have skyrocketed owing to high interest rates and a strong dollar. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has renewed his call for an immediate ceasefire as Israel approved a military plan for Gaza City. Speaking to reporters in Japan on the sideline of the Tokyo International Conference on Africa Development, Guterres called for the unconditional release of hostages held by Hamas. Zarau Nasir reports.
The Israeli settlement plan, which will bisect the occupied West Bank and cut it off from East Jerusalem, was announced last week and received the final go-ahead from a Defense Ministry Planning Commission on Wednesday. Guterres also urged Israel to reverse a decision to expand what he described as illegal settlement construction in the West Bank.
And talking about peace, I must reiterate that it is vital to reach immediately a ceasefire in Gaza and the unconditional release of all hostages, and to avoid the massive deaths and destruction that a military operation against Gaza City would inevitably cause.
Hamas recently said it accepted a proposal for a 60-day ceasefire and a hostages for prisoners exchange, but Israel is weighing the offer. Zahrau Nasr, reporting for Global TV News.
Now to the world of sport. Nigeria Premier Football League, that is NPFL, side Ikorodu City have completed the signing of Liberian goalkeeper Derek Julu. Julu joined the Oga Boys on a 2-year deal from Wantaga FC. Ikorodu City stated after its unveiling their excitement to sign Liberian national team goalie Derek Julu from 2 times Liberian First Division champions Wantaga FC on a 2-year deal. Nigeria Premier Football League, that is NPFL champions Remo Stars have announced the signing of Liberian winger Mark Gibson Tio. The skillful winger penned a 2-year contract with Daniel Ogumodede's side. Gibson previously played for another NPFL club, Rivers United. AC Milan and Bayer Leverkusen have reached a verbal agreement over the transfer of Nigerian striker Victor Boniface, with the Serie A giants now preparing the formal documents. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the deal will be structured as a loan with a €30 billion buy option clause, which is not mandatory. Milan are also in direct talks with Boniface representatives over personal terms, a key final step before the move is sealed. That's it on Global TV News Prime. Here is a recap of our top stories. Access to clean and safe water for residents of satellite towns in the Federal Capital Territory is set to improve as the federal government, in collaboration with the FCT administration, has launched the Lot 2 Karo Township Water Supply Project. In business, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, that is Pengasen, has called for urgent reform in the country's refineries and cautioned against political interference in the oil and gas sector. Now on the foreign scene, Uganda says it has agreed a deal with the United States to take a deported migrants on condition that they don't have criminal records. And finally, from the world of sport, AC Milan and Bayer Leverkusen have reached a verbal agreement over the transfer of Nigerian striker Victor Boniface, with the Serie A giants now preparing for the formal documents. Before we go, a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Thank you for watching.